Thanks to the support as a channel member, Captain Fighting Peacock. So the league is won. Transfers are just about there. Now we just have to finish the job we came here to do. We're going to win the Copa Libertadores and head off to Europe. And step one of doing that is making it past Spa, who we are playing in the second round of the Copa Libertadores. As you can see, we're 2-1 up from the first leg. I don't know if away goals are a thing. We should probably check if away goals are a thing. It's been so long since they've been a thing in Europe. I can't remember where we check on here. I want to know going in. I've been burned by this before. There's no mention of away goals. So I don't think away goals are a thing. So we just need to make sure, ultimately, make sure we don't lose. If we don't lose the second leg, then we make it through to the quarterfinal. And that would be jolly nice indeed. The transfer window is still going on. We haven't brought anybody else in. We are trying to. We'd very much like to bring in this guy, Mauricio Almiron, who is a very good centre-back, who is already almost as good as Palazza at 18 years old. And part of me thinks we just let Palazza go for 20 million, bring this guy in, partner him with Dante Cruz. And it's the next step of the process. If we were going to be here for the next 5 years, that's exactly what we'd do. I just feel like in the meantime, we probably don't want to let Palazzo go because we will be more likely to win the Copa Libertadores with him than without him. Is there any more money I can drag in from here? I need like £7 million to be able to get Almiron anyway. So I am trying to sell some of the fringe players to make that happen. As you can see, Salina has left the club. Herrera, we've had a £1 million loan fee for. Fabian Fernandez, who we signed on a free back in the summer, he's gone as well. We've loaned a few other players out. We are trying to scratch together this. Is it £6.75 million we need to pay his release clause? We'll see, I guess. But we're not going to worry about that for now. What we are going to worry about is trying to get through to the next round in the Copa Libertadores. But first, we have to check out... we've been here before. I remember that name, the Brigadier General Stanislao Lopez. So we're actually not going to head there because we've seen it in a previous video. We just hope we get through to the quarterfinal and we'll show you their ground. I think that's fair. So this is the team, and Arrieta is fit, and that is important because we have been without a striker for a little while. As you can see, he has made it back into the team, scored in his last game after being out with a virus, and having him back is going to be crucial. So it's Nunez in goal, a back four of Escobar, Godoy, Palazza and Carrera, Torres and Rodriguez in midfield, Martucci, Guilherme and Castillo, then behind Arrieta up front. Let's get the team submitted and let's go out there and book ourselves a spot in the quarterfinal. We're good enough. We've shown we're good enough against multiple Brazilian oppositions in the past. We are capable of going on and winning this competition. Looking at the teams that are left in it, I don't think there's anybody we fear because they're all of a level that we've played and beaten before. But obviously on our night, anything could go wrong, and the big Brazilian teams away from home are always a challenge. The fact that we struggled to beat them at home, letting them get that consolation goal, which could end up being hugely important, because obviously it means now if away goals are a thing and it's just hidden, a 1-0 win here would be enough to get them through because they got that goal away from home, and we've gone half an hour and not even had a shot yet. But to be fair, they don't seem to be showing much in the way of ambition either, and the onus is on them, really. They're the home team, they're the team that are behind, they're the bigger club. The onus is on them to step out and try and win the football match. If they're just going to let us play it around in the middle of the pitch and no one really have a shot, that plays into our hands perfectly. That is the ideal first half in this situation for me. Not a single highlight, more of the same in the second half, and we just cruise through with no stress and no worry. And that would be ideal. Obviously, if we can nick ourselves a goal in the meantime, because sooner or later they're going to have to attack because they've got to score. They've got half an hour left. They've got to start committing players forward, at which point, fingers crossed, we can hit them on the counter and punish them for it. 70 minutes gone. There's still not been a highlight. What a weird football match. Right, Escobar is tiring, so Bravo can come on for him. Guilherme is tiring, so Bergart can come on for him. Do we have anyone who can come on and play centre forward? Because Arrieta is still on his way back. I mean, we could potentially put Zaracho up there, who has scored again since that last episode where he looked like a striker. But I actually think I'm going to bring him on the wing and let him maybe cause some trouble from out there and just keep the recognised striker on the pitch for as long as his body can keep him out there for. Right, we now have the first highlight of the game with 15 minutes of normal time remaining, and it is Spa on the attack, and Rodriguez is in there with the tackle, but unfortunately, because it's FM24, it goes straight back to the opposition, and we just need somebody to get in, make the challenge, and this is where we want to hit them on the break. They've committed everybody forward here. Oh my word, but they've also hit our post, and Carrera a little nonchalant with the way he plays it back to Nunez as well. But that was an example. They had every one of their players in our half. You can see they've changed their tactic, weirdly changed it to something that on the face of it looks more defensive, but I guess if they've got attacking wing backs and a segundo volante on attack as part of that, and wide centre backs and that kind of thing, it does become quite an attacking system. And there you go, they have pushed forward a little bit more and they have scored, which means it's now level on the night, level in the tie. They're obviously ahead on the night, and now I start to worry about the away goals situation, because it does dictate what I do next. I'm going to assume there are away goals and try and win the match on the night. I think is the safest play. So we are going to go attacking. We're not going to go very attacking, but we are going to go attacking. We're going to try and get an equaliser on the night. And we're not going to throw the goalkeeper forward just in case. But if we can win without the need of thinking of things like away goals, that would be super. Bergart now. This is our first attacking highlight of the entire match. Martucci on this left-hand side bursts into the area, plays it across goal, and Arrieta's there. And that is why we left him on the pitch. A proper centre-forward, but wonderful attacking play from Martucci. He has been incredible since bringing him in. He's slotted straight into the team. Definitely looks the part. Came through the Atletico Madrid youth system. They sold him. They bought him back. They sold him again. Genuinely don't know why that man's not still in Europe, because he looks outstanding. And that is such a huge moment. What a contribution. We've had one shot on target and scored it. Now just don't balls up from here, chaps. But even if we concede another one now, the threat of away goals is out the window. We're now the away team. We can't lose on away goals now. So they have to score at least twice more, or once more, and take us to penalties, I guess. But let's not get bogged down in little things like detail. Right, Patsa. Almost securing his own move to Real Betis there if he'd have given the ball away again like he did in the previous episode. Bravo. Now to Martucci again, who's already proven himself to be a danger man. This time decides to check back, give it to La Pera, who finds Bergart, plays it into Arrieta. Arrieta's in again. Arrieta scores again. Goodness me. Did we miss having a striker and a second goodness me for good luck? I think we now have our starting number 9 as well, because he has shown up in a huge match. And even when he wasn't playing well, he wasn't particularly fit, he's had 2 chances and scored 2 goals. And what more could you ask for from your centre forward? 2 shots on target, scores them both. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. And in not the most typical Kev fashion, we make it through to the quarterfinal of the Copa Libertadores. I would say as well, we did win that game on XG as well. They left it far too long to start trying to attack us. Can I have that £1 million to buy that defender, please? Just stick it straight in the transfer kitty. Great work from Arrieta. And that sets us up for a quarterfinal against either Boca Juniors or Greece. Probably not Greece. We'll be there for the second leg. Well, we've been quite busy in between matches. We've not been able to sign the defender that we wanted. He went to Atletico Madrid in the end, but we have signed this guy, Thomas Menacho. He's only 5'8", reckons he can play centre-back. I know better, but he's a very, very good right-back. Unfortunately, a massive upgrade on Carrera, so Carrera's probably done in the same way Flores was done earlier in the season. But he's come in for £3.6 million. 2 assists and a man of the match from his first 2 matches suggests that he's quite good. But we got one good player in, and unfortunately another might be leaving, as we've had to agree to sell Dante Cruz. The price that we agreed with him has been met by Spa, no less. So we've just knocked out of the Copa Libertadores. I'm hoping we can just delay it and keep him here until the end of the season, because we're kind of going to need him. But I guess if he does go, there is always the opportunity we can reinvest that money and bring somebody else in, which I thought I'd done with Gustavo Rolandi, who is a 6'4" replacement for him. But somehow, and I don't quite know how I've done this, I need to check. Maybe the window's closed, which means we probably can't sell Cruz. But he's not coming in until December. He is the perfect replacement for him. He's better than Dante Cruz. We really can't let Dante Cruz go if the window is closed and we can't bring anybody else in, as ever here in Argentina. I don't actually know when the window's open and when it's not. I don't get much notification. Let's have a little look. Where are we? So we can still register players up until the 31st of August. Is the registration window different to the transfer window? Transfer window, 8th of August. So, yeah, all we can do now is bring in free transfers. So actually, we just can't sell Cruz. We're just going to have to risk upsetting him. Maybe we should have accepted the offer to go through at the end of the season. We'll do that if he digs his heels in. We'll come up with a solution, but we are into the quarterfinal now. We beat Boca Juniors, who we're facing, 2-0 in the first leg. We then lost a league game, but that was our reserves. We're not too worried about that. We are now heading to Boca Juniors to defend a 2-goal lead with a spot in the semi-final up for grabs. And this is our team. It's a bit of a new look team as well. We've got Nunez in goal, a back four of Bravo, Cruz, Palazza, and new boy Menacho. Torres and Lopera in midfield, Martucci on the left with Rodriguez now fit again, able to come in on the right, and then Berger behind Baratza up front. Baratza can only play 45 minutes, but has to start because Arrieta, frustratingly, injured again. All of our strikers are so injury plagued. We have recalled Herrera from his loan. So he's been out on loan at Vélez, but we now have brought him back. And Ramiro Herrera is probably going to be our number 9 for the second half when Baratza has to go off. But Baratza can start. And I really hope this is the first time in any kind of meaningful match that we've played Martucci and Rodriguez together in what I hope is going to be my new look attacking midfield 3. This was the plan right from the start of the season. The plan was to move Rodriguez over to the right. We had that left winger who we were trying to bring in as the window closed back in January and couldn't get him. We were then able to bring in Martucci for July, but when he arrived, Rodriguez was injured. So this is their first time doing what, like I say, had been the plan all season long. Bit of a risky time to experiment with it, but with the rest of our attack so desperately injured, we've got to try and get our best players in the team, and Rodriguez and Martucci are two of our best 5 players comfortably. This is not the start we had in mind, to quote the Football Manager commentary. I mean, they've just danced around us as if we're not there, which is not ideal. I mean, 1-0 down on the night, still is 2-1 to us. On aggregate, I don't think there are away goals in this competition, but yeah, that does kind of give them the ideal start. Obviously, if we can equalise immediately from here, though, that would be super. We're not able to. It's a very comfortable catch for their goalkeeper from the in-swinging corner. At least we had a little bit of an attacking highlight. They do seem to be taking their time taking the goal kick as well, which is an interesting choice because it just allowed all of our boys to get back in position. Not that it looks like it's helped very much because Torres headed it straight back to them and now they've got in behind and that's 2-0. And this is a problem. Ref, sort us out here because this is a problem. Because we are on the ropes currently. We need a little bit of a reprieve. We don't get one. And this is a disaster. 2-0 on the night. Obviously 2-2 now on aggregate. But all the momentum is with Boca Juniors. And this is not ideal because I think if we have to do another year here with Colon, we're probably going to lose today's starting centre-back partnership. Cruz obviously is likely to go this window even. If we get knocked out, there's no reason to keep him and make him unhappy. The only reason to keep him would be to try and win this competition. But if we're not in it, it doesn't really matter. And then Palazza, I doubt sticks around for another season. So we'd have to have a complete rethink of the defence, which is not ideal. Lopera plays it out to Bravo. And now Martucci, first opportunity for him to run at his fullback, instead decides to give it to Berger. And now Torres over the top for Bravo, who's got in behind momentarily. Lopera bursts forward as well. Plays it across to Torres. It's one touch from Torres. And what a goal from Sean Torres into the top corner. He does not score goals. There you go. That's his first ever goal for us. What a way to get your first ever goal for the football club. Away from home, we were struggling and he took that beautifully. And then the placement of the shot is outstanding. 2-1 on the night, but it does put us back ahead on aggregate, 3-2. It's the only shot on target we've had. And Sean Torres has decided he wants to win the Copa Libertadores, and I am here for it. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Rodriguez doesn't seem to be working out. Baratza not as tired as I thought he would be, though. We might try and leave him on. Run him into the ground a little bit. We'll give him another 15 minutes. I imagine he will start to decline as we hit into the second half. But Herrera's just so unreliable from a fitness perspective. I don't want to bring him on and expect him to do a full 45 minutes because he'll probably break himself somehow. Rodriguez is recovering from injury as well, so we probably are going to take him off. He's not really enjoying playing out on the right-hand side. But then to be fair, Martucci doesn't look like he's enjoying today's game very much either. Right, we will take off La Pera. We will take off Rodriguez. Castillo can come on for him. We're also going to take off Baratza and bring on Herrera. And I think that is a assortment of sensible substitutions. I was going to say it's interesting that Boca still have only had 3 shots of their own, but they have now added another couple of shots. They are trying, but at the moment we are still 3-2 up on aggregate, which is super duper. Martucci now tired, so Mancinelli can come on for him. Bravo comes off. Escobar on for him. Just keep everybody nice and fresh and don't throw it away from here, chaps. We are fingertips away. That was an interesting attempt at like kind of selling the dummy from Mancinelli, but then forgot to chase onto it properly himself and just gives the ball away, which means I'm probably actually going to put it down as a miscontrol rather than him trying to sell a dummy. And it is Boca Juniors on the attack again as they look to draw themselves level in the tie for the second time this evening. They've got in behind our right back here, and this is a dangerous situation, and it's a goal line block and another goal line block. And I think that was Dante Cruz twice over, just being massive and getting himself in the way. We can't sell that boy. He's never really been a first choice for us, but that was 2 incredible pieces of defending. It now comes back off the post and Castillo hacks it clear. Castillo can play centre-back. I'm tempted to go with a third centre-back just to try and weather the storm, but I know if we go the cowards route, it will end up biting us. We've just got to hold firm and leave things as they are, but at least we know Castillo can defend a bit. And now Palazzo, for goodness sake, that man is single-handedly trying to ruin this run. Is he going to try and engineer a move to Boca now? We've seen him gift Real Betis a goal and then try and go there. What is he thinking there? If European clubs are watching, come and get him. Because he's a problem. In big matches, he is just an absolute bottler. I can't believe that's happened. Oh, hang on. Are we getting a reprieve? Come on, ref. We get away with it. Demand more. I don't want to see how close that was because it's going to scare me. And it's straight to penalties. Wow. Okay. I assumed we'd get some extra time or away goals or something, but no, straight to penalties. We have a sweaty hand situation going on. We have just beaten Boca Juniors on penalties to knock them out of the Argentinian Cup. So we do have a track record in the recent past of winning from this situation. But, oh my word, Palazzo, what is he thinking? Genuinely, I don't know what's going on in his head there. Absolutely ridiculous. Watch him miss the penalty that cost us the shootout as well now. Right, Mancinelli must score. I'm very tense. 2-2. Right, come on. Just keep going, boys. We need Nunez to make himself a hero with bells on. Oh, and you know I love a caught penalty is one of my absolute favourites. And now Castillo, we signed him for experience in big moments like this. And he scores. And we've got our noses in front in this shootout. Now let's have another big moment from Nunez and get ourselves into this semi-final. Come on. Please tell me I haven't put Palazzo as the fifth taker, because I might just leave the room if I have. It is Rodriguez from the penalty spot, and he scores. And now if we get a save here from Nunez, we are through, and we don't have to worry about Palazzo absolutely bottling it for us again. All eyes on Nunez. Come on. Oh, my blood pressure's through the roof, boys and girls. Come on. Cross everything. Cross everything. Oh, tell me it's not him. Anyone but Palazzo taking this fifth penalty. I should have checked. Why didn't I check? Right, it's her. Oh, God. He's going to get injured on the run-up, isn't he? This is too much pressure for his delicate skeleton. Can he redeem himself? He can. Come on. Apologies to headphone wearers, but we're in the semi-final of the Copa Libertadores. That's obviously what you're going to see tomorrow. Oh, my word. Get Palazzo in my office now. We need to have a word. What a silly, silly boy. We can't sell Dante Cruz. And it's Flamingo. Is that who Flat is in the semi-final? Just breathe, boys and girls. It's going to be fine. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. Thank you very much to all of these handsome rascals for backing me on Patreon. And thank you very much for watching.